I am John, the Liquidator. This is the Liquidator Report. We got some updates on the Sherrone Moore and Michigan situation. Now, he was detained by police yesterday. That's what we reported on the channel. Now, it is being reported that he is being booked on assault. He allegedly went to the young lady house. It came out that he was having an affair with his assistant. He doubled her pay. This is a terrible, terrible situation. Let's not waste no time. Let's jump right into this thing. Let's head on over to X. Let's pull up some information here before we get into what Uncle Shannon Sharpe had to say. So this is Joel Klatt, right? Kind of giving us a rundown of this entire situation. Let's listen to it right.
Sherrone Moore out. And this was an abrupt end to this short tenure at Michigan. News of potentially an inappropriate relationship and for cause. And then all of a sudden it was just like, whoa, this is getting incredibly wild very fast. So here's the deal. My heart is broken because that obviously is just an awful situation for everybody involved. Obviously, very poor choices made. And I feel really bad for some of those folks in particular, because listen, it's not just Sherrone and one other person. There's lots of people catching all the shrapnel from this, and the players are catching that, and the assistant coaches and families. What does this mean for Michigan's program? Well, first and foremost, I would just say that Michigan is one of those teams that I was looking at with what their roster was. This was absolutely going to be a top 10 preseason team next year because they were so young and talented. They had been recruiting very well, including this class that they just signed. This coming in this timing is a bit of a panic situation. I think that they're going to have to do a few things in order to right the ship and minimize the damage, because there's going to be damage. So what does that mean for Michigan? They've got to do two things, and they've got to do two things really quickly. Number one, they've got to align their major financial backers immediately. Because regardless of who the coach is, you need those people in order to help retain the roster. Now, maybe that's not going to be the only reason a kid leaves, but I'm just telling you right now that they're going to be fielding these players some calls with more money than what they make at Michigan. The second thing that you've got to do is move quickly. You've got to move quickly so that these players can make a decision or can evaluate what's going on at Michigan and say, yes, I want to stay.
Now, that was Joel Klatt speaking about the situation. Now, this is what Shannon Sharpe had to say on his podcast yesterday. And if it's anybody that has any relevance to relate to this entire situation, it's definitely Shannon Sharpe. Now, we know Shannon Sharpe has had his fair dealings of, mischievous behavior. And this is what Shannon Sharpe had to say.
It can happen to you, even though you're doing what you've heard about. Nah, this is going to be different. She ain't like that. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to get out. Don't nobody know but her and I, blah, blah, blah. And I can imagine 6-7 months ago, I went through something very similar. So I know what that storm is like.
Yes, sir.
And unless you've been in it, that's why when people say, this is what I would do, you don't know what you would do. Yeah. Until you in it, until you in that pressure cooker, until you in the eye of the storm.
Yes, sir.
Until you in. Ocho, you and I have had a conversation, so yes, I know. Mm-hmm. To be in that storm, yeah. And crazy. To know everybody know everything that you worked your entire life for, you feel it like it's crumbling right before your eyes.
Gone.
Yeah. And the only people that's going to be there, is going to be a select few. It's going to be a select few. That's the hardest part. I mean, everybody, look, it's kind of it. Look, and I understand the situation, but if you're married and you engage in an inappropriate relationship, why would you do that? You married. And see, everybody always say, well, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Well, if you thought you was gonna get caught, if you thought something was gonna go wrong, you wouldn't do it.
Right.
The same reason you speed. If you thought you was gonna get caught, you think you would speed? No. Unless you're a kleptomaniac, you're not gonna steal. You know, klepto just can't help it. But some people don't. You don't shoplift. You don't steal stuff if you think you'll get caught. That's why a lot of people, most robberies happen at when? At night. You got the veil of darkness because I don't want to get caught. I don't want to be seen. The same thing while you creep. Most times, when the creeping take place? At night.
Right.
Boy, a college professor told me, say the night has 1,000 eyes. And on most nights it has 1,002 because somebody sees you.
Oh, yeah. I'm writing that down, boy. That's a good one there, boy.
Damn.
Say the night has 1,000 eyes?
On most nights it has 1,002 because somebody sees you.
Well, I don't know when I'm going to be able to use that in conversation.
And then the other reports that came out that he was arrested and things that, you know, things escalated.
Damn.
That old hoo-ha, boy.
Hey.
It's undefeated.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey,
think about Samson and Delilah, David and Bathsheba.
It made a fool of us all, though, at some point. In some way, shape, form, or fashion. One of the most powerful things, one of the most powerful things on earth.
Boy, that's a hell. There's some people I don't hate anybody, but there's a few people I really have a strong disliking for. I wouldn't wish what I went through on them. I wouldn't. Boy, it was tough. Boy, it was some days that all I had was not you, Ocho, and Joe. My family. That was it. Nobody else was there. All the phone calls, the people used to call and, hey, how you doing? What's up? Stopped. I think that was besides that, yeah, it was embarrassing. But I think that was the toughest part. Is that people that you thought would always be in your corner, all of a sudden they weren't there. And
tough situation. Yeah, man. Shannon Sharpe definitely could relate to this whole thing, but for Sherrone Moore to want to kill himself allegedly and his wife and go to the side chick house and kill her is just astonishing. Just astonishing on so many levels. A lot of people in the media is calling him not the very brightest guy. It's one thing to have an affair, but to go out the way you went out, bro, is just inhumane in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you in jail. You probably ain't finna get no bond. They ain't finna give you no bond. You wearing a little thing. They got you like this probably, or got him strapped to a bed. He on suicide watch because he tried to kill himself allegedly. And it's just a bad situation. This is a crazy story. This might be one of the craziest cheating scandals we've ever seen in the sports world. I know we've seen a lot of cheating scandals, man, but this one here by far has to take the cake, bro. He was in a prominent position at Michigan, and it's just to fumble that over a chick, bro. A chick every 30 M's, bro. Dude had a $30 million contract, bro. $30 million over a chick, bro. Hate to say it, but he the type of dude that wasn't getting none back in the day. He was probably one of them lame cats. People be real life lame in real life, man. You can see different things on the internet, but in real life, people be lame, bro. I ain't lying. I could definitely say I seen some people that talk, you just rah-rah talk on the internet. You see him in person, they lame. And he, not to say he was, but he looking kind of lame, man. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. I am John the Liquidator. This has been another episode of the Liquidator Report. And until next time, man, peace out.